New overnight, a family of 5 is dead in what police are calling a tragic murder-suicide. Guess what else these two Powerball winners have in common? They both bought their winning tickets from the same store. Some school resource officers are looking for new ways to combat online harassment and educate students on the dangers. Could Hell's Canyon be a heavenly habitat to reintroduce endangered California condors? Did you know state code allows cities to make their own laws when it comes to kids missing class?
Nice and warm. Might even find yourself kind of complaining about those temperatures. Not everybody, but some do.
I don't think so. I think everyone's pretty much looking forward to it.
You think so? 80-degree temperatures.
Sounds great.
When the air conditioning kicks on, you go, oh, really?
It's nice to know you can just add those vegetables for the dips and it's a little bit healthier.
Yeah.
Well, it is shaping up to be a beautiful weekend, which makes it the perfect time to head out to the annual Youth Appreciation Day in Emmett. And that's where we find our meteorologist, Jim Duthie. One of the 4 West Ada trustees facing a recall election resigned last night, and the others will soon have to decide whether or not to resign themselves. Controversial topic that's putting Idaho in the spotlight of a long-running debate. Welcome to the Saturday Morning News. I'm Karen Zatkalak. New this morning, a northern Idaho woman will spend up to a year in prison for exposing her child to methamphetamine while breastfeeding. Multiple news outlets are reporting that 25-year-old Samantha Lee Caroline Morikawa was charged with attempted injury to a child. Authorities say she used the drug while breastfeeding from August 2015 until January. Morikawa is also charged with aggravated assault because prosecutors say she attacked the child's father while he was taking the child away from her after finding out about the drug use. According to court documents, Morikawa said she was unaware the drug would be passed on to her 5-month-old daughter. Morikawa is currently pregnant with her 4th child. The man who admitted to killing a Spokane businessman was sentenced yesterday. Timothy Suko will now spend up to 30 years in prison and 5 years in supervised release. Lindsay Nadrick has the report. Judge Mendoza brought up a text from trial when Suko said he was thirsty for blood. He said even though many people said positive things about him, it does not take away what he did. Well, we are getting a little break from the rain right now, but don't put that rain gear away just yet because more is moving in this afternoon. Let's take a look with Jim Duthie. He is live at the Paint the Town event. Good morning, Jim. Sounds good. Thanks a lot, Jim. Well, the 50th annual Nampa Exchange Parade America takes place this morning on Armed Forces Day. Today's theme, Liberty and Justice for All. Larry Gebert is live at the parade. Good morning, Larry. Tell us all about it. All right, thanks a lot, Larry. Hopefully the rain will hold off. Well, turning to local news now, the bodies of 2 young Nampa women presumed drowned after their car crashed into the Salmon River on Tuesday have still not been recovered. Idaho County Sheriff says deputies haven't been able to find the car carrying 20-year-old Kayla Dannenberg and 21-year-old Tiffany Maupin. The sheriff also says a pair of fishermen say they saw the car leave US 95 near Lucille, flip and land in the river, but they weren't able to reach the car due to the high, fast water. The search for the women will continue when river conditions allow. Supporters of the family of an Adams County rancher shot and killed by sheriff's deputies last November are still frustrated nearly 7 months after that incident. Members of the Justice for Jack group gathered at the State House to pressure officials for answers in the investigation into Jack Yantis's death. The 62-year-old was shot and killed during an altercation with 2 Adams County Sheriff's deputies on November 1st after one of his bulls was hit by a car along the highway. Multiple agencies are investigating, including the Idaho Attorney General's office. Supporters of the family say they want answers.
We need closure for, first off, Donna Yanis and her family. They need to be able to lay their heads down on a pillow at night and sleep. And know that the name of Jack Yanis has found truth, that the name of Jack Yanis has found justice.
The AG's office has said there's no timeline for this phase of the investigation to be finished or released to the public. A passenger traveling through the Boise airport was cited after a TSA officer found a gun in his carry-on bag. The handgun and 13 rounds of ammunition were found inside the bag at a security checkpoint yesterday morning. This is the 3rd firearm the TSA has discovered in a passenger's carry-on bag at the Boise airport so far this year. The TSA wants to remind travelers that firearms, ammunition, firearm parts, and realistic replicas are never allowed in carry-on baggage. Those items can be transported in checked baggage if passengers declare them. Yellow ribbons now hang on the trees next to the VA hospital in Boise. Yesterday, VA workers placed the ribbons to show special support for men and women still actively serving our nation.
It has two really special meanings. One, let's get the troops home that are deployed. Two, for those veterans who have lived at this home and have passed, let's put their name on that wall because now they've gone home.
The Yellow Ribbon Project is a prelude to today's Armed Forces Day events, including the Gear Jammers Fun Run. More than 150 classic cars, pickups, and motorcycles will be displayed from 11 until 2. Fees paid by the car's owners will go to help Idaho veterans and their families. The event also includes a ceremony honoring Vietnam veterans. Canyon County paid tribute to the 71 Idaho law enforcement officers who lost their lives in the line of duty. The Canyon County Sheriff's Office hosted the event yesterday, featuring guest speakers who delivered emotional remarks about the officers' sacrifices. 71 roses were placed on a stage in remembrance of those officers. The ceremony ended with the release of 71 blue balloons in their honor.
The officers that have given their lives in the line of duty, 71 of them to date, is so significant that those men and women put their lives on the line out there for the peace and prosperity really of all of our communities and all of our people.
Sheriff Donahue said that hosting this event is a small thing they could do to show gratitude for those officers' sacrifice. New population estimates out this week show that more people than ever are calling the state of Idaho home. 2015 population estimates released Thursday show continued growth in the state of Idaho, but at a slightly slower rate than in 2014. The state overall saw a 1.2% increase, which translates to 20,000 new Idaho residents. Meridian was the state's fastest growing urban city with a population increase of over 3,000 people. The growth made Meridian the second largest city in the state, surpassing Nampa, which now sits at number 3.
Is like such a nice family place to be, so like all these families are moving in.
Families want to live here. It's a great place for jobs. The average commute time is 18 minutes. I mean, the quality of life that you have here in the Treasure Valley and in Boise and Meridian specifically is just something that draws people across the country.
Growth across the entire state was consistent. Warm River, Idaho remains the state's smallest city with a population of just 3 people. And Boise, of course, is the largest with 218,281 residents. Still to come on the Saturday Morning News, we meet the girls of the first girl-only tackle football team in Utah. But first, we'll send things back out to Jim Duthie for another look at your weather. More rain moving in for the weekend. Stay with us.